For the most part, I'm very happy now that we see development in a lot of the younger guys. Our team's getting better. We feel that way. There were a couple of inquiries on a couple of players, but they weren't the people I wanted to move. No, I could have traded a young player for young players or other players on other teams. That was not my intent. We had 8 defensemen. I did talk about one, and I thought we had something going, and at the very end, the other team couldn't get it done on their part. And there's a little bit of a what would I say, a veteran situation that going into the summer we'll try to do something with, just because of budget. But beyond that, I didn't go in looking for anything today. I was looking to move a player or two, but that didn't happen. And it just seems to be the way the league is right now. If you're a cap team, you've got to trade money for money, and I didn't want to do that in the one case in particular. I know we all look at trade deadline day as being a critical day, but there's a bigger picture involved, and we maybe before the draft or during the summer we'll make a decision on what defenseman to move and try to make a deal at that time to help our team, but also to give an opportunity to one of the players.
Did anything happen on this trip that they're on that might have affected anything? Like, did anybody play as well or so well that you didn't want to?
No. Obviously, I enjoyed staying up late at night and watching our team play and winning, and playing the way they did in the last couple of games, in particular, showing the character they had. But I had no intent really, in other than, as I say, one defenseman, possibly because of numbers. And I got calls on Eric Condra today, but I just think he brings enough to the table that it would be unfair for me to take away from our dressing room at this time of year a guy that has that kind of character in the room and leadership in the room. And then I'll have to make a decision going forward if we retain his rights this summer. And we hate not making the playoffs, and we hate not winning consistently, but we felt all along our talent group, among the younger guys in particular, was very good. It was just a matter of giving them time and games to grow up and get the experience within the NHL that is required to be a real competitive group. Sabanich, as an example, in this road trip, I think the pressure of now being the number one guy or competing for the number one spot was a little much for him at the beginning, but it looks like he's getting more comfortable now and playing pretty well. And Mike Hoffman is the one guy I'm a little bit surprised in his first year. He's always taken in every level, he's taken a year at least to be good. So if he's at 25 goals or 30 goals this year, I'm really looking forward to next year, because maybe there's a step there as well.
Are you prepared to talk about your own future if you were?
No, I think it's what I've said all along. I think that there's a couple of things. I, first of all, have to talk to my family and make sure that my wife's not comfortable with doing it. She's been begging me to retire for a couple of years, really. I have to talk to Eugene, and I obviously have to talk to my doctors and make sure that the stress or whatever word they use is not going to be a negative for me. So I'm always excited. I'm always excited about young players in particular and new kids that could come into the organization. So there's enthusiasm. It's just a matter of making the right decision for everyone involved.